Hey guys, I want to welcome you to Thomas Road Students Live. And now listen, I know that there is no question that church looks different right now. Everything looks different right now. But the church is not a building. The church is not a time. The church is not a location. The church is us. We are the church of Jesus Christ, the body of Christ. And so gathering together in settings like this are so important because we can continue to study God's Word together, continue to worship together, and continue to grow in our faith and reach out to others. And so I want to thank you for joining with Paul and Jeremy and Derek as they are continuing this great ministry on Wednesday nights. I'm excited about what God is doing. I want you to invite your friends to join on. In fact, text them right now and tell them to join right now on this live stream so that they can be a part of this great gathering, so that together, in the midst of crazy times, we can still hear from the Word of and the promises of God. And so again, until we can get back together and meet on Sundays and Wednesdays and all the things that we're so used to, continue to be the church, reach out, impact, minister to others, encourage others, and allow this time to be a time where you grow in your faith in a very real and a very powerful way. So God bless you guys, and we hope to see you soon.
Welcome to week two of TRS Live. We have not been canceled yet.
We have not been canceled.
We
are live. We are happening, and we have so much going on.
So much going on.
It's going to be crazier, more funner, more awesome. In fact, it might be the best 45 minutes of your week, or maybe even your life. But before we get started, I want to clear the air on a couple things. I know someone might be nervous in the chat because we got like near 100 people popping in the chat.
100,000,
so
near 100,000 people.
100,000 people. But today is April Fool's Day. It's April 1st.
Is it?
It is. And we've seen some pranks out there on Instagram and stuff like that.
that.
But we'll promise you that we have no April Fool's jokes, no pranks that have been going on here, because we kind of felt like the first couple of months of this 2020, it kind of felt like an April Fool's joke, and like someone's going to pop out and be like, okay, you can leave your homes like it's all April Fool's.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're not going to do that. You can ease your minds. But we have so much more going on, don't we, Christian?
So much. You guys have already been blowing up the chat.
Yeah.
You guys are talking to each other. I love it. It's great. You guys, last week, the chat was bumping, and one of you, Norman, had said you were going to Photoshop blonde hair onto Paul, and you did that and sent it to us, and we have that picture here for you right there.
Oh,
Look at that. That's beautiful. I mean, that's
so beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Paul looks kind of emo there. Maybe it's the coronavirus that's like got him down. I don't know. He looks a little emo in that picture. But yeah, you guys are doing a great job with the chat. Keep it going. We're doing a giveaway with the hashtag TRS Live. So make sure you continue to put that in there. You can have a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card.
$50. I think you have something you're waiting on from...
Well, yeah, so last week I told you guys I ordered something from Amazon. We'll see if it gets here. Still hasn't shipped yet. So it's supposed to come by the end of April. We'll see what happens. Maybe you'll have better luck with your gift card. I don't know. But yeah, so make sure you hashtag TRS Live. We're going to pick a winner at the end of the stream, actually.
Yeah,
so make sure you're doing that. Now, because my shipment has not gone out yet, I haven't gotten anything at my door, it's got me a little sad. Like, if I had to use an emoji to describe me, it would be the sad face with the tear. You know, the sad, the one tear. So I want you all to drop an emoji in the chat. Let us know how you feel right now. We want to know how you're feeling, how you're holding up during this whole quarantine lockdown thing that we got going on.
Yeah. I know, if I had to pick an emoji right now, it'd be like the disco ball or something like that, because I feel like having a party right now. I'm excited to be here, and hopefully, whatever your emoji is right now, by the end of this live session, you will be feeling that disco ball party emoji because you are so hyped, and we're so glad that you're here. But speaking of emojis, we're giving away lots of stuff tonight, lots of gift cards, tons of stuff that we're gonna be doing. So we have something that we like to call the emoji race game. So it's an emoji race. So what we're gonna do in just a moment is on your screen, we're gonna put up 5 random emojis. So 5 random emojis
5 of them
in a row, and then we're gonna have a phone number underneath, okay? What you're gonna do is you're going to text those 5 random emojis in the correct order that they are on your screen.
Order that they show up.
Yep, you're gonna text them to that number. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into some more stuff, but we're gonna pick a winner to get a $25 Uber Eats gift card. So you can get food from wherever's open, delivered straight to your door.
Right to your door, you don't have to leave.
Absolutely. But first, before we go into that and we get into all the emoji stuff, we have a little something special for you.
No, so what you win the gift card. And so the number that we're gonna show for you to text right now is this number with the 5 emojis. So the number is right here.
Check it out.
You gotta text an onion, bacon, which I love.
Yeah, bacon.
The shower emoji,
which I love.
The coronavirus mask emoji. We renamed it, we redubbed it to that. And the little video game joystick emoji. Text it to 434-515-2756.
In that order.
In that order, and we'll pick the winner from that. And so, during this whole crazy lockdown time, we had to get someone that we can trust out there onto the streets in Lynchburg because we want to know what's going on. We haven't left our houses or anything or this building since last week.
In fact, this person was here last week on the show.
This person was playing the game. It is none other than Josh Baker. You know him and love him. We have Josh on the streets. Let's go to that right now.
Yes, Mom, I'm washing my hands. Hey, Tanner and Christian. Yes, I'm live here at River Ridge Mall. It is crazy out here. There is absolutely no one here. If you go try to get in the mall, it's actually locked. There is absolutely no way of getting into this mall. It's completely shut down and locked at the mall. Hey, we are live down on Main Street in Lynchburg, Virginia right now, and if you thought the lockdown of the mall was something, you haven't seen anything yet. I mean, just look at this destruction of the roads. Now, I've never seen roads before, but I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to look like this. If you walk over here with me, you will see this rare jasper blue canary tree just completely something happened to it. Completely something happened to it. I don't know what, Tanner or Christian, but something happened here. Let's see if we can get an interview. Sir, you want an interview? And you have to see this. This is unbelievable. This has never happened before in the history of Lynchburg. They are closing down parking here in downtown Lynchburg. Look at this. No parking. You can't park anywhere down here. You go down here, they have taken the door handles off the doors down here. How are you supposed to enter? There's no way to enter here. You will go down here. What's this thing? They just put this thing here. I don't know what it is. Just keep walking. They got this direct TV. What happened to the non-direct TV? I don't know. Everything's changing here. You got minute parking over here. And we are live at a local Lynchburgian's house now. We have heard reports that she has been shut in for 10 years. Tanner, this might look familiar because it's your house and your wife. Let's see if we can get her to answer some of our questions. Excuse me, we have some questions for you. Have you been locked up for 10 years?
What are you doing here?
Answer the questions, ma'am.
Get out.
Hey, ma'am, have you been locked up for 10 years?
I'm trying to socially...
The dog's refusing to answer questions. Ma'am, just a few questions. Well, you heard it here first, folks. She has been locked up for 10 years. That is unbelievable. It is crazy. We have been all over Lynchburg. I just can't believe the destruction that's going on now. Back to you, Tanner and Christian.
Wow, Josh, thank you for that hard-hitting news, but I guess I'm gonna have to get a restraining order for you to stay away from my house and my wife.
Yeah, I know.
And my dog, I guess, too.
Thank you for that, Josh.
Anyways,
Josh on the streets.
Thank you, Josh, for that. I say we just move on.
Yeah, let's just move on and act like that never happened. So recently, because of the quarantine, you've seen a lot of challenges going out on Instagram and on TikTok. And so we decided to come up with something just called the See Something, Do Something Challenge, which is exactly what it sounds like. You see something, you do something. This week, we did a bottle flip edition. We put it up on our social media for you all to check out. We wanted you to submit your videos to us, and we had a bunch. We had a ton of videos came in. It was hard to sift through them all.
And some cool ones, too, some really cool ones.
From what I've heard. I haven't seen any of them yet, so you're gonna have my honest live reaction. There's 3 videos, I believe. We narrowed it down to.
Narrowed it down to
3 videos. So let's see what video number 1 is.
And they're gonna vote on these videos, too. So,
yeah, so let's see video number 1. Whoa, okay.
He lands it on a coaster. So someone else flipped it. He tossed the coaster, and it landed.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
So we have
a little duo combo there.
Yeah, so we have 3 total videos. This is the first one.
That's video number 1.
After this, we're going to be voting on those to get another gift card. So that's video number 1.
What's video number 2?
Video number 2.
We're outside a
Oh, no,
basketball court. Oh, okay.
That was sick.
All right, that's pretty impressive.
Okay.
I don't think I could do that.
That's pretty high.
That
So he bottle flips it all the way up and lands
onto the basketball hoop.
onto the back of the rim. That's sick.
I like that. That's
Nice.
really good. All right, that's video number
Number
2,
two.
everyone. Video number 2. Now, video number 3. Let's see that one. Kickball,
No way.
a soccer ball.
Oh, he lands it.
Like it's nothing, too.
Yo, that was sick.
Like it was nothing. He
That was
kicked
sick.
the ball.
Let's see it again.
Boom.
Oh,
Nice. That was okay. So that's
was
video
awesome.
number 3. So how we're gonna pick the winners, what you're gonna see in the chat is Nightbot is gonna be throwing up. Nightbot's been going crazy all night, but Nightbot's gonna throw up a link to our straw poll. And what you do is you'll click on that link, vote for video 1, 2, or 3, whichever one you thought was the best. And at the end of the stream, we will pick the winner based off of who you voted for live, because this is TR Students Live.
absolutely. So that's one of the cool challenges. I mean, bottle flipping has been around for years now, but we still think it's awesome, still think it's fun. It's something to do. It doesn't cost anything except a few gulps of water. But we also have been talking, there's a lot of kind of cringy and not so cool challenges that we've been seeing circulating. And in fact, the news has been talking about coronavirus, as you know, and they've been talking about flattening the curve. So to say, if you stay home, if I get it right, if you stay home, the curve will hopefully flatten out and stop spreading so much of the coronavirus. So instead of talking about more of the coronavirus and flattening that curve, we want to talk about some challenges or some things that we don't like that we want to see flattened, some curves, some trends that we want to see flattened out. So I'll kick it off with what I think is probably the most annoying thing that should be flattened right now.
What's on your mind?
You can hate me in the comments if you want, or if you agree, let us know in the comments. But I think we should get rid of and flatten the curve of TikTok. I think
as a whole, the whole
as
app.
a whole, not
Okay.
just the dancing or whatever, but just like as a whole, get rid of TikTok. I think just like Vine, which I think was cooler, but just like Vine just kind of disappeared one night, I think TikTok should kind of disappear. We should flatten that curve. What about you,
Interesting.
Christian?
So yeah, I think that, and you'll know as you start to drive more, as you get older and you start driving, there's 2 lanes typically on a road, and the left lane is for passing the person in the right lane. It is not for driving the same speed limit as the person in the right lane or even slower than the person in the right lane. So what really just gets me riled up when I'm driving is someone that drives the same speed limit or slower than the person in the right lane. I want to flatten the curve of people that drive too slow in the left lane. I'm done with it. I'm sick and tired of it. It's for passing. It's for driving fast.
Amen. I totally agree with that. The next one that we think that should be flattened is this thing that's going around right now with celebrities trying to kind of relate to the world. In fact, there was a video, I don't know if you guys saw it, I know a lot of you have been talking about it, but they sang Imagine, a bunch of celebrities sang the song Imagine, and it's talking about having no possessions or anything like that. But it's just kind of cringy that they're like, have tennis courts and hot tubs and all this stuff in their house, but they're telling us like, stay home and hang out, you're totally fine, just do whatever when you have like Scrabble or maybe even you don't have internet or whatever it is at home. So we kind of think that celebrities trying to relate to us,
Just stop.
Let's stop that.
Just stop. You're on a whole
flatten
nother
that.
level. We know it already.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
fine.
last one for this segment, which will be a recurring segment, is we want to flatten the curve of live action movie remakes of animated movies like Lion King, Aladdin, Mulan, Beauty and the Beast. I heard Lilo and Stitch possibly is coming out. I don't know if it's like an April Fool's joke or not, but I mean, I'm tired of it. The originals were great. They were animated for kids, and they also had some stuff for everyone to enjoy. They were masterpieces on their own. You don't need to remake them in live action. You don't need to slightly change little plot stories of the characters or anything like that. So Disney, please come up with something original. Keep your hands out of it. Stop trying to get all the money you can. Save some for the rest of us. But that's what I want to see flattened.
I totally agree. So let us know in the comments if you agree with us, if you disagree, if you love some of the things that we said we don't like. But also keep in touch, because like you said, we're going to be doing this as a reoccurring segment for a while. So we want to hear what you guys want flattened, what trends or whatever that you guys want to stop seeing on your news feed or whatever it is. So you can drop it in the comments right now, or you can DM us at Power Source VA or Living Proof VA or on Facebook. whatever it is, tell us what you think should be flattened, and you may get featured next week.
And right now, you guys have been texting for the emoji winner. So I think it's time to find out who the emoji winner is. So let's see who
Who
we
had the
got.
fastest hands, right?
Nicholas
Sahadik. Congratulations. Round of applause for you. Explosions,
you are
fireworks.
the winner of our emoji race challenge.
Yes. So we are going to be in touch with you. You texted in, so we have your number. We're going to be reaching out to you and give you that $25 gift card.
That's right. Last week, we had Paul speak to you all in 2 different part segments, whatever that means. And so this week, we wanted to have Jeremy come out and share with you. And so Jeremy, this morning, he took a live selfie of himself. And this is,
Look at the
this
guy.
is what we got. Look at that. Look at
Those
that
baby
smile.
blue eyes.
The
He
blue
looks
eyes.
fantastic.
Looking great. Looking great as always.
Amazing.
For a 21-year-old, he's looking amazing.
A 21-year-old.
So we're going to kick it over to Jeremy Rader.
All right. Thank you guys so much for checking us out and joining us tonight for TR Students Live. Obviously, we would much rather be with you in person. Unfortunately, we can't do that right now, and so we are grateful that at least we can gather here online. And it's crazy to think about just how fast things can change. A few weeks ago, we weren't talking about flattening the curve or social distancing or isolation or government-mandated stay-at-home orders or people hoarding toilet paper. A few weeks ago, our churches were open, our schools were open, our restaurants were open. Now they're all closed. The grocery stores had plenty of milk and bread. Now it's all gone. The shelves are wiped clean. Although the last time I did go to the store, I noticed that there was plenty of salad there. I guess because when people are stressed out or depressed, they don't want to eat healthy foods. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know about you. Sometimes I catch myself just for a moment forgetting about this reality that we all find ourselves in right now. I'll think things like, oh, this weekend we should go see a movie. Oh, wait, the movie theater's closed. Or, oh, tonight we should go out to eat. Oh, wait, we can't. The restaurants are takeout only. And I'll think of all the things that I want to do when this whole thing is over. And one thing that I've really been looking forward to doing is going to one of those escape rooms that we have here in our community. And here's a picture of some of our 7th grade girls at Locked Up Lynchburg. And if you don't know how an escape room works, basically you and a group of friends get locked in this room and you have 1 hour to solve these puzzles and crack these secret codes in order to find your way out. And I know that sounds like really complicated and not very much fun, but people actually do this for fun and they pay good money to do it. And the interesting thing about an escape room that you find is that people approach them very differently. Some people are very cool under pressure, and so they walk in and they're good at solving clues and they get to work and figure it out. Other people get lost in the little details and they overanalyze everything and frustrate their friends to no end. Other people will walk in and they'll try it for a little bit, and when it proves to be too hard for them, they'll just give up and quit and sit there the rest of the time. And then there are others, like usually the type who don't like enclosed spaces, who will just freak out, curl up in a ball, and ask their friends to tell them when it's all over. But I share that with you because just as people approach escape rooms differently, we all approach hard times differently. We all respond to hard times in different ways. And maybe for you in this season, the way you've approached it is you've just tried to distract yourself. And so maybe you've watched lots of Netflix, or you've played lots of video games, or maybe you've just been scrolling at your phone for hours and hours on end. Or maybe for you, it's a little bit different. Maybe you try to escape reality by just eating endless tubs of ice cream and listening to sad songs on repeat. I don't know how you manage your hard times, but I do know that at some point, we will all ask this question: why? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening now? Why do I have to figure out this online schooling thing? Why did my spring sports season get canceled? Why can't I have a prom or a graduation ceremony? Why are people getting sick? Why is all of this happening right now? And the truth is that we're not the first generation to ask this question. Even the followers of Jesus, when they saw something that was not right, when they saw something difficult, they asked the question why. And tonight we're going to look at how Jesus responded to them here in just a little bit. But right now, we have some of our awesome small group leaders here to play a game that we like to call What's in the Box. And so I'm going to kick it back over to Christian and Tanner for that.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so much for that word. So, like Jeremy said, we have two of our awesome leaders here. And why don't you all introduce yourselves, starting over here.
I'm Olivia. Shout out to my life group. Girls, you better be watching.
That's right. If you are watching, type in the chat, let us know. Let Olivia know you're watching. Cheer her on. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Sydney. Shout out to my life group, my little sixth graders, and my old girls, all of you. I love you so much.
That's right. And Sydney's been a leader for a long time, so you may have had her when you were in middle school, and now you're in high school, and hopefully you're watching. So type in the chat and cheer her on. So the way this game is played is we have items that are placed in the box. They have no idea what the item is, and they're going to reach in and try to guess what the item is that's in the box. So are you ready, Sydney?
Ready.
I think I'm
Are you
ready.
ready, Olivia?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you?
Reach in.
I don't know what it
Reach in
is.
and see what is in. Let's see what's
Wait,
in the
right now?
box. Yep, go. Reach right
Okay,
now. We're
So,
gonna give you a little bit of time, to kind
What
of feel.
is
You can't
this?
look. You can't look at
Do
it.
I say what it is?
If you think you,
A hand?
I know what it
this
is.
a hand?
Oh,
what do you think it is?
it's a hand.
Oh, sorry.
You both think it's a hand?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is a plastic hand. That's
can't
right.
lie.
I
That's
promise I
right.
did it before she
stuff.
said it. I promise I do it before I heard her say it. I promise.
We have a plastic
Sorry.
hand, so I want you all to close your eyes right
Okay.
now. We're gonna put the next item
So
in.
funny.
Do I say it first or just
Don't
wait?
spoil
Do we
it in
wait?
the chat. Don't spoil it in the chat. If you know what it is, don't spoil it.
Do we wait? Are we like
You'll
taking
win.
turns?
I'll ask you individually. I'll say,
Oh,
what do you
okay,
think it is?
okay.
Olivia, what do you think
Good
it
rule.
is?
Good
so,
thing.
I need to see your faces for this one. Okay, you can both reach in now.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay? It's not scary.
Okay, I know what it is.
Is it warm?
I think I.
All right, Sydney, you.
Ew.
What?
What the heck?
All right, so Sydney, what do you think? Sydney, what do you think it is?
Well, at first I thought it was slime,
Yeah, it's a good call.
but it's like comes apart in pieces.
It does?
Ew. It's kind of gross.
Okay, maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe I have a really bad
Ew.
batch. I don't want
Maybe.
to keep touching it because
What
I
do you,
don't know what it is.
Olivia, what do you think it is?
Why is it
Is
warm?
it warm peanut butter? No.
It is not warm peanut butter. So what it
it
is it
sauce
you
of
can take
some
your hands
sort?
off. There is a sauce on it. It's mashed
Ew.
potatoes.
Oh my gosh!
With great. We have paper towels for you all.
disgusting.
We have paper towels.
We both
You can
like
wipe
jump
your
like
hands off.
Close, you're close with it.
You're really close. That was a good guess. Slime. I can see how you think
Slime.
slime because it's dirty. I got
See, my
mashed
first
potato.
thought was
I did
I
think
got mashed
that it
potato
was
on my-
baby something
baby.
else. No. I was like, Corey, don't do that.
All right. So now close your eyes for the
Okay.
next item coming in. The next item that we have for you. This is the last one. So let's see. Let's see if you can guess what this is. This is an interesting one.
Okay.
All right. You both can open up your eyes and reach into
Oh
the
my
box.
gosh. Don't scare me, Sydney.
Well, you jumped first last time. I like feel a plate, so
Oh.
I don't want to feel it's on top
I
of
know-
it.
can I-
Oh, okay, there we go.
Do you think?
What
you
the
know?
heck is this? Are these ribs?
Oh, okay.
Is this food?
What do you-
Ribs?
what do you think
What
this is?
No.
I know,
Olivia,
I know what it
what's
is.
your guess?
Oh, is it a crab? Is this a crab?
What do you think it is, Sydney?
It's crab legs.
No.
So yes, it is actually. If you want to
Yeah.
take it, let me. It is
Dang.
scrumptious little.
I don't even like this,
crab
though, in
legs.
real life.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had them.
should-
I'm not interested. That's gross.
There you go.
Thank you all both for playing. Here you
Thank
go,
you
Tanner.
so
You can have that. Thank you for
so
coming
for
out
having me.
and braving
Thank you.
this lockdown, this quarantine. And Jeremy, we're gonna kick it back
crab has
over to
corona.
you.
Do I win?
All right, so when we left off, we said that although we may approach our hard times in different ways, although we may do different things to escape reality and manage difficult situations, that at some point we all ask the question, why? Why is this happening? And I want to show you a why question that Jesus' followers asked him. It's in John chapter 9, in verse 1. It says, "As he," that is Jesus, "went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, 'Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?' So the disciples see this man who had been blind his entire life, and they thought, man, that's not right. That shouldn't happen. why is this the case? Why is this man in this awful situation? Jesus, what did this man or his parents do to deserve such an awful plight? Like, why is this happening? Give us an explanation. And I want you to listen to how Jesus responds to them in the next verse. He said, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that," and that phrase "so that" is the Greek word hina, which is a purpose clause. It says, "This happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." So here's what I want you to see about this little exchange between Jesus and his followers. Jesus' disciples looked backwards and asked why. Jesus looked forward and asked what for. See, Jesus wanted them to understand that even pain and hard times and suffering and bad days and disappointment and broken promises can be turned into something good and beautiful. Jesus wanted them, and he wants us to understand that looking backward can bring frustration because a lot of times there are no easy answers. But looking forward can bring hope because it recognizes that God can bring good out of even our pain. And James talks about this in James chapter 1, verses 3 and 4. He says, "Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." He says, consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, whenever your faith gets tested. Now, the reality is that nobody likes being tested, although maybe you miss school so much right now that you would actually enjoy being tested. I don't know, but under normal circumstances, we don't like being tested. However, testing does serve a purpose. Testing does help us grow. And about 1.5 years ago, I was looking at this very passage from James chapter 1 with some friends on the day that the marathon world record was set. And it was set by this Kenyan runner named Eliud Kipchoge. And he ran the 26.2 mile race in 2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds. And so if you do the math, that equates out to a pace of 4 minutes and 38 seconds per mile, or 12.92 miles per hour for 2 hours and 1 minute without stopping. And they set up this little treadmill just to give people an idea of how fast that pace is. And as you can see, most people couldn't even keep up with that pace for even just a few seconds. If you guys just want to go to the next slide there. Yeah, you could see just running that pace for even a few seconds is a lot for most of us. But I share that with you because the moment Eliud finished that race, he immediately ran to his coach. And they got this incredible picture of them hugging each other, filled with joy. And as I saw that, I thought about, you know what, I'm sure there were moments in his training when Eliud's coach tested him. I'm sure there were moments when his coach pushed him out of his comfort zone. I'm sure there were moments when it was hard, when he had to sacrifice a lot. But in the end, it was worth it because all of that testing prepared him to be able to run at an incredible level and accomplish something amazing. And you know, my hope and prayer for all of us is that one day we'll look back on this season that has tested us and we'll appreciate what God did in our life. Not because we like tests, not because we like seeing people get sick or we like seeing people lose their jobs, but because we value and appreciate what God did in our lives, that God used this season to grow our faith, that God used this season to grow our dependence on him, that God used this season to remind us of what matters most. In fact, I think that as we look at the scriptures, we see over and over again that God doesn't waste our pain, that God uses even the hard times to grow our faith in ways beyond we could even imagine. C.S. Lewis once said this in his book, The Problem of Pain. He said, "Pain insists upon being attended to. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our consciences, but shouts in our pain. It's his megaphone to arouse a dead world. And over the course of my life, I've seen a number of students, I've seen lots of people face these difficult, out of the blue, didn't sign up for it kind of circumstances. And in many of those cases, I've seen them come out on the other side with a faith that is just rock solid and unshakable. And they'll say things like, man, I wouldn't sign up for that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But God just did something in my life during that season that he couldn't have done in any other way. I learned things about God and I learned things about myself that I couldn't have learned by just going to church or by reading the Bible or by even serving God. That God did something in my life that he could have only done through that storm. And if you don't believe that God is able to do that, I would just invite you to think back to the cross. Because on the cross, God allowed his son to go through pain and suffering. But God used that pain and suffering to open up a way for us to know him and have a relationship with him. God took that pain and he turned it into something beautiful. And so when God promises us that he can make all things good for those who love him and who are called according to his purposes, when God promises us that he can make beauty from ashes, we can trust him. We may not be able to see it. We may not be able to feel it, but we can know and trust that God is good and that God never stops working. Let me pray for you. Dear God, I just thank you that you are good, that you are faithful, that God, you are a way maker, that God, even out of pain and suffering, that God, you can produce good things. And so, Lord, I just pray for all of the students and leaders and families who are watching right now. Lord, I pray that they would not grow weary. I pray that they would not give up. I pray, Lord, that you would help us to trust you, to trust and believe that, God, you will bring good out of even this difficult season we find ourselves in, that, God, you will use this time to grow our faith, to grow our dependence upon you, and to remind us about what really matters. And so, God, help us not to look backward and ask why. Help us to look forward and ask what for. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, I'm going to kick it back to Christian and Tanner to wrap us up for the night.
Thank you, Jeremy. We appreciate that, taking time out to give us that great word. I was thinking about like running a 4.5-ish minute marathon, or mile, not marathon, mile is absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like
I can't even fathom that.
I tried to get back into running today, or this week, and it's like I took 20 minutes to do a mile or something like that. I don't know, it was ridiculous. So doing a 4.5 minute mile is just absolutely absurd to me. But anyway, you guys have been blowing up the chat. Like I said earlier, you had some great stuff I was seeing earlier. Somebody, I think, Power Dad said, Lion the Witch and the gospel message. Love it. Yeah, you guys are loving what Jeremy was saying, that Jeremy's speaking facts, which is true, it's straight facts because it's from the Bible, so it's obviously true. You guys, Jeremy, they loved what you had to say, and so that's great. Awesome. So Tanner, I believe we have some winners.
Yes, so we have
winners.
2 winners to announce. So let's start with our bottle flip, see something, do something challenge. So you guys went in and you voted on either video 1, 2, or 3. So you guys went into the chat and you voted through there and through the straw poll or whatever it's called. And so we have a winner of who you guys think had the coolest bottle flip, see something, do something video. So let's see who the winner is.
Let's find out.
Oh! Boing!
Soccer.
That one was sick, I gotta say.
That was really good.
Nathan Norman, video number 3.
So what we need you to do, Nathan, is we need you to reach out to us on our social media. Preferably if you hit up the Living Proof VA Instagram, that'd be great. If you don't have Instagram, you can go on Facebook as well and hit us up on that page, and you can DM us directly there so we can get your information and get you the gift card.
I think the coolest thing about him was that was just so nonchalant. Like the look on his face was like, I do this every day.
Yeah, that's probably when in the off season, that's what he practices.
Yeah.
That's how he gets better.
Well, awesome job, Nathan. You did an awesome job. That was super skilled, so keep that stuff coming. But we do have another giveaway that has been involved with, you guys have been typing in the chat the hashtag TRS Live. You've been doing that the entire time we've been live, so thank you for participating. But I think that we should pick a winner for this
Absolutely.
to get that awesome monster $50 Amazon gift card.
So get ready.
We're gonna go through. We're gonna give ourselves a little bit of. Can I go David Friend? I can't read them too fast. They're too fast. I can't read them.
All these names.
Everybody.
Some repeats from last week. I like that.
Yeah.
We got repeats.
Some
People watching.
regulars. McBiscuit Sarah. McBiscuit.
McBiscuit Sarah. I don't know your real name. I'm assuming it's
Sarah.
McBiscuit.
Oh yeah.
that's
We
the
assume your
first
name
name.
is Mick We hope that's. If it's not, you need to legally change it to McBiscuit because it's a lucky name.
So what we need you to do is hit up our Living Proof or Power Source VA Instagram, DM us so we can get you the $50 gift card. Let us know if you're able to order anything and if it actually gets shipped from an Amazon warehouse.
Tag us in your
Because
story, everything.
I'll give you weekly updates as long as we're live. Still don't have
So that
anything
package
yet.
arrived.
I checked it in between little parts here, still hasn't shipped. So hopefully you have better luck than me. Tanner, how can they stay connected with
Yes,
us?
so speaking of all of the stuff that you can DM us on, we have a bunch of ways that we'd like to stay connected with you guys. So if you will follow us at Power Source VA for middle school Instagram, or the high school Living Proof VA for the high school Instagram. You can DM us your ideas, DM us all kinds of things. Just keep in touch. We're gonna be posting all kind of updates on there and more videos. How else can they stay connected with us? What else can they do?
Oh yeah, so Landon did this last week, and so he's actually gonna be doing it again this week on Saturday at 7 p.m. on both. You can check him out on either the Power Source VA or the Living Proof VA. He went live and did a little worship set with one of our other leaders, Greg, and they both played guitar and did like 2 or 3 worship songs. And so Landon will be doing that again this Saturday at 7 p.m. He's gonna be, I think he's gonna be bringing out some fire new songs. So they're gonna.
I thought you meant like fire.
He's gonna bring out some
pyromancy.
fire. He's gonna light candles. It's just pyro everywhere. It's gonna be awesome. But you can check him out on either the Power Source VA or the Living Proof VA Instagram.
Yes, and one of the last things we have is that there are weekend services for Thomas Road as a church. So the Pastor Jonathan and Charles and Scott, they're going to be having weekend services every Sunday at 9:15 a.m., 11 a.m., 6 p.m., and that's going to be at trbc.churchonline.org. So make sure you check those out on Sunday. And as well, we're posting some services and some sermons that are going to be online on our Instagram. So check it all out. Make sure you stay connected because we'd love to chat with you, see how you're doing, because we're all sitting at home just having fun, doing whatever. But also, as the last thing, make sure you subscribe to this TRStudents YouTube.
Hit the bell for the notification. Join us next week when we do this again at some point.
Give us your ideas
unless
for
we
the
get canceled.
segments.
But give us ideas for the segments that you want us to do. Remember to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
See something, do something. We miss you guys. We hope that this won't go on for a really long time. But we want to flatten that curve so we can meet in person again. We love you guys.
Yes, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye. Woo!